Square-Enix's conference was very short, but it was straight to the point. Therefore, I think we should also be straight to the point. Let's go ahead and hop right to it. The Square conference opens up with a short thank you, then jumps right into the games. It's nice to see someone has finally figured it out. It's Tomb Raider, which I'm not sure was the best choice to start off with, but at least it looks interesting. It's a pretty tense scene. Then some starving artist shows up on screen to tell us that the new Tomb Raider takes place in the jungle. We get some gameplay footage, but it's pretty boring. I'm sure actually playing it will be fun though. The starving artist says something about how the gameplay has depth, but I haven't seen a stealth game in a decade plus that doesn't have things that this new Tomb Raider has.
There's new traversal techniques like rappelling and wall running. We even have a full 360-degree underwater swimming, which means full underwater exploration and survival.
And apparently, 360-degree swimming is a big selling point. Final Fantasy XIV then gets a new trailer for new content, Stormblood, but I'm not a Final Fantasy XIV guy, so I can't really say anything about it. As an aside, I think it's great that Final Fantasy XIV, an MMO that started as a colossal failure, has evolved into something this complex. Then, a Monster Hunter World crossover with Final Fantasy XIV. From what I understand, they've done crossovers before, and I know of at least Dragon Quest, so this should be neat for Final Fantasy XIV players. Then, we get more info on that hilarious Life is Strange spin-off. As if we haven't heard enough about this just once. Next, a trailer for the new Dragon Quest. I really want to get the PC version, because I'm a huge fan of Dragon Quest, and this looks amazing. Then again, I'm probably biased. Gotta love the Kingdom Hearts reference. Or would that be a ripoff? You decide. The trailer for the next game is pretty cryptic, a timeline of in-game events for something. We don't really know what it is until the end. Babylon's Fall. The CG trailer looks neat, but it seems like it has a Dark Souls aesthetic. No gameplay, of course, even though it's coming out in 2019. You gotta save something for the next E3, I guess. Octopath Traveler looks great, and that's another game I'd love to play. Not a whole lot to say here, but it has an old school PlayStation Final Fantasy Tactics vibe to it, which isn't a bad thing. Those aesthetics are very attractive in my opinion. So the next trailer for The Quiet Man seems almost like real life. I had a hard time telling what was real and what was gameplay till the actual gameplay started. Not sure I'm sold on this. I'm going to need to see more. It's very uncanny valley though, so it makes me wonder if that's what they were going for. I've been looking forward to more Kingdom Hearts gameplay. It's a shame that they pushed the release date back to late January, but hey, better late than never. We get the same trailer from the Microsoft conference with some extra tidbits that I don't think were present there. Smart move really, it keeps asses in seats. Unfortunately, it's just not enough, so this part is definitely a bit disappointing. And, that's it. Square had a pretty decent conference, but I think that's because they kept the explanations minimal and the gameplay plentiful, which is something that every conference needs to do. Short but sweet. Sorry, cringe watchdog, there just wasn't any need for you today, boy. Let's keep the conclusion short but sweet as well. The E3 leaks, it nails Just Cause 4 and Kingdom Hearts, but in my opinion those were gimmies. There's absolutely no Avengers, no One Punch Man, and surprisingly, no Final Fantasy anything beyond the MMO information. It also gets Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but no Final Fantasy Tactics. I mean, again, not that this hasn't been completely debunked already, but we might as well rub it in people's faces. Ultimately, the Square-Enix conference was exactly what each E3 conference from here on out needs to strive for. Less about the people, more about the games, and don't waste all my time waiting for something interesting to happen. They went right for the throat, and I think that reflects well on them. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you want more Chunky Beef, subscribe to me here on YouTube, or follow me on social media. Links in the description below. See you soon.